I was a judge in the Supreme Court of the region. Cabdi Iley and the military personnel, they arrested me and they tortured me. Cabdi Iley came into the room. He was saying, "You're not doing enough. You're not hitting enough." And taking that stick and hitting me and hitting again and again until I became unconscious.
For years, Cabdi Iley has led a campaign of violence and repression in the eastern Ethiopian region of the Somali regional state. Back in 2008, when Cabdi Iley was head of security, Ethiopian security forces were involved in crimes against humanity, torture, rape, and killings. Instead of being demoted for such crimes, Cabdi Iley became the president of the region. In June 2016, Cabdi Iley visited Australia. He was received by senior government officials in Canberra, but Australian citizens from Ethiopia, some of whom had been personally tortured by Cabdi Iley and his regime, organised protests against him.
The reason that we were protesting was because we were trying to show solidarity to our people back home. We want to be the voice for them, since they have no voice, since they cannot speak against the government because they're scared or they'll be killed.
This is the site in Melbourne where the protests occurred. There were numerous pro-government supporters who were taunting the protesters, taking their photographs.
And after that, they know our face, they know my name, they know my family, everything they know on that.
They were telling us they were going to arrest our people back home if we don't stop protesting. They say, you'll see what's going to happen to you. Your family is going to be arrested.
The result was immediate.
I found out the next day, all our family got arrested over there. Family friends of them call us to say, all your family, they got locked up. Why do you guys protest against Cabdi Iley and Ethiopia? Like, you shouldn't do it.
According to our research, at least 30 people, all relatives of Ethiopian Australian protesters, have been detained, and only a small number have been released.
They took them, nobody knows where they are. They don't know whether they are dead or alive. Nobody knows.
It's horrifying that Australian citizens are now too afraid to participate in protests in Australia. They are too afraid to speak out about what is happening in Ethiopia because they are terrified that their relatives may be rounded up or, in worst cases, even killed. The Australian government needs to pressure the Ethiopian government to release these relatives of Australian citizens immediately. Second, Australia should not be granting visas to individuals implicated in serious crimes. The relatives of Australian citizens are paying a heavy price because of his visit.